Racing is a sport forged in fleeting moments, a burst of seconds that ignite pure brilliance, burning brighter than anything we imagined. One stride that rewrites the course of everything, a promise of glory that feels utterly limitless. We honor the champions who battled through and endured, the horses who claimed their destiny before a watching world. But there are others who linger in the shadows, horses who flash just enough brilliance to fuel our dreams, then vanished without warning, not beaten into submission, not exposed and broken on the track, but removed by cruel injury, hidden illness, or sudden accident. Before their epic story could ever reach its conclusion, what endures are only scattered fragments of memory, a single race, a cherished memory, a reputation whispered from one generation to the next. This is not a story about failure. It is a story about greatness, stolen by fate. Browns Gazette was trained by Michael Dickinson, one of the most influential national hunt trainers of his era, and he emerged in the early 1980s as a hurdler of genuine promise. He announced himself to a wider audience when he won the 1984 Supreme Novices Hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival, a race long regarded as a proving ground for future champions. Let's see how he did it on that freezing March afternoon.
Stone, who moves into third, straight shot is 4. Then comes Motoron. Behind Motoron is Poets Corner on the outside with Herbert United still well there. Nor Princess making good ground also. Coming to the third last, Gab's Delight. And Gab's Delight a faller at the third last. He's left Browns Gazette in the lead from Townley Stone in second. Then in third is Herbert United, very close. Then comes Motoron. Then Poets Corner as they come down to the second last. Browns Gazette in the lead from Herbert United and Townley Stone. Browns Gazette landed in the lead there from Townley Stone in second. Herbert United third, and it's Browns Gazette in the lead from Townley Stone and Herbert United as they come to the final flight in the Waterford Crystal Supreme Novices Hurdle. Browns Gazette and Dermot Browne is well clear, looking as though he's only got to jump it. Browns Gazette jumps the last, gets away from it fast. Townley Stone jumps it next. Kilby Cavalier is making tremendous ground from the rear of the field, but it's Browns Gazette under pressure as Kilby Cavalier still makes ground. Townley Stone is in second, but racing up towards the line. Browns Gazette's going to win it well at the line. Browns Gazette is the winner, and second Kilby Cavalier, and third it's Townley Stone, and fourth was Nor Prince. Then came Herbert United, and behind them Motoron, and behind Motoron was Cheeky Run and Poets Corner and Beach Court Lad and Feels Right.
He went on to compete in major 2-mile hurdles in top-class company, and there was a growing belief that Browns Gazette was still improving, with many feeling he could have become a genuine champion hurdle contender. His career came to a sudden and tragic end when he collided with the rail in the fighting 5th hurdle. He was still young, and his ability remained unfulfilled. My Silv was trained by David Nicholson, and she emerged in the early 1990s as one of the most talented juvenile hurdlers of her generation. She announced herself on the biggest stage when she won the Triumph Hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival in 1994, showing a sharp turn of foot.
Number 1 is Allegation, ridden by Martin Foster. 2, Atherton Green, Richard Guest. 3, Bagolino, Mark Perrett. 4, Blue Grotto, Ross Campbell. 6, Contract Elite, David Wilkinson. 7, Daring Past, Peter Niven. 8, Dayadan, Mick Fitzgerald. 9, Devil's Den, Graham Bradley. 10, Doctor, change of colours this, Darren O'Sullivan. 11, Duveen, Carl Llewellyn. 13, General Mukhtar, Graham McCourt. 14, Glenstyle Flagship, Rowland, Charlie Swan. 15, Grand Nut, Jamie Osborne. 16, Catastrophe, Dylan Meredith. 17, Carrar, Brendan Powell. 18, Manila Bay, Davy Kavanagh. 19, Monazite, Mark Richards. 20, Moorish, Declan Murphy. 21, My Ballyboy, Steve Smith-Eccles. 22, Noir, Jamie Railton. 23, Paper Days, Eamon Murphy. 24, Pridwell, Jonathan Lower. 25, Star Market, Trevor Ball. 26, Strictly Personal, Luke Harvey. 27, Winter Forest, Warren Marston. 28, Gunnar Sue, Simon McNeil. 29 is My Silv, Adrian Maguire. And 30 for Ireland, Shirley's Delight, ridden by Paul Carberry, and here's how they bet at the moment.
And My Silv is the hot favourite here, 9-4, 10-1 Shirley's Delight and Pridwell, 11-1 Devil's Den and Glenstall Flagship, 12 Moorish, 14-1 Bagolino, 16-1 General Mukhtar, Groundnut and Catastrophe. That's followed by 33-1 Daring Past, My Bally Boy and Winter Forest, 40-1 Nawar, Allegations 50-1 with Blue Grotto, Duveen and Doctor. Then they bet 100-1 Contract Elite, Carrar, Paper Days and Strictly Personal. Atherton Green's out to 200-1 with Diadan, Manila Bay, Monazite, Star Market and Gunner Sue.
At the moment, and that's it, they're away. And as they jump off, Glenstall Flagship is one of the first to show as they come to the first flight. Glenstall Flagship is over in the lead from Catastrophe. Then on the near side is Doctor with Daring Past right up with them too, and My Silv has just about taken it up now in the center. It's My Silv from Catastrophe and Glenstall Flagship over on the far side, then Doctor and Daring Past. Just in behind them come Duveen, and also making good progress up towards the lead is Atherton Green. But it's My Silv, the leader, from Catastrophe and Atherton Green, and Glenstall Flagship over on the far side, Doctor on the near side, and all safely over that second flight, and making their way out into the country now, with My Silv joined by Atherton Green. Atherton Green just shading My Silv at the moment as they go out into the country with Doctor third. 4 comes Catastrophe and then Glenstall Flagship. Then just in behind them, Groundnut. On the outside of Groundnut is Star Market. Just behind Star Market, it's Allegation. Nawar right up there with Atherton Green not far behind, and My Silv on the outside. Glenstall Flagship, Nawar and Jamie Railton with the advantage over this flight from My Silv. Catastrophe, Glenstall Flagship, then Doctor, then Groundnut, running to the 5th flight. Nawar and My Silv, these two together. Glenstall Flagship is in 3rd. Daring Pass making good progress under Peter Niven towards the outside with Catastrophe next, and then comes Pridwell, who's made ground. But it's Nawar, 3 out, and My Silv. My Silv lands in the lead from Nawar, then Daring Pass, then Catastrophe. Then Glenstall Flagship on the inside. Pridwell, Doctor's not far behind them. My Bally Boy is making good progress as they run down towards the next. 2 left to jump now. My Silv, Nawar. Then comes Daring Past. Then Glenstall Flagship. Doctor comes next with on the outside Catastrophe, and then Pridwell still making quite good ground. My Silv, the leader as they come towards the second last. My Silv from Daring Past over on the far side. Glenstall Flagship moves into 3rd. My Silv is going to jump the second last in the lead. My Silv is over Daring Past. Glenstall Flagship making ground towards the outside is Blue Grotto. They're racing now towards the home turn. Moorish is coming there with quite a good run too, and it's Glenstall Flagship rather than on the far side. My Silv in the center. My Silv and Glenstall Flagship from Pridwell putting in a good run. Then comes Moorish racing now towards the final flight, and it's My Silv and Glenstall Flagship. Catastrophe putting in a renewed challenge as they come to the last. My Silv lands in the lead at the last. It's My Silv, the leader, from Moorish, putting in a run under Declan Murphy, but My Silv is holding them all as they race up towards the line. My Silv is going to win the Daily Express Triumph Hurdle. My Silv is the winner. 2nd is Moorish. 3rd is Shirley's Delight. And 4th is Blue Grotto. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 1994 Daily Express Triumph Hurdle. The result, First, number 29, My Silv, owned by...
Her career and her life came to a premature end in 1997 when she suffered a fatal pelvic injury during training. She was still young and her full potential was never realized. Monsignor was trained by Nicky Henderson, and from his first appearances over hurdles in the early 1990s, he created a deep impression on those who saw him. He won 8 of his 10 starts, showing a combination of athleticism, pace, and fluent jumping that immediately set him apart. His ability was first confirmed when he won the champion bumper at the Cheltenham Festival in 1999, announcing himself on the sport's biggest stage.
Vino is 50-1 Jewin McCarthy, Alexander Prize 5-1 Ruby Walsh, Baccarat is 50-1 Lorcan Wire, Beermore 50-1 Charlie Swan. Billy Verdin, the 11-4 favourite now, ridden by Philip Fenton. The first runner here for Sheena O'Connor. Valley Willis 20-1, Paul Maloney, Canasta 25-1, Liam Corcoran claimed 7, Conscruto 200-1, Andrew Thornton rides. Frosty Canyon 20-1, Mick Fitzgerald, Golden Alpha 7-2, Tony McCoy. Ingonish 12-1, Paul Carberry. Matt Holland 40-1, Adrian Maguire, named after a footballer. Monsignor 40-1, Brendan Powell. My Silv River Field is 50-1, Shea Barry. No forecast 25-1, Dean Gallagher. Queen's Harbour 33-1, Dennis Leahy. Scarlet Emperor 12-1, Richard Dunwoody. Toggy Dancer 20-1, Tony Dobbin. Vanilla Man 25-1, Conor O'Dwyer. Ballycay is 25-1, Norman Williamson. There's more. Gulshan 66-1, Carl Llewellyn. All Antrim 50-1, Caroline Barker. Barney Nose 20-1, Finbar Lee. And Enborn 100-1, the Mount of Graham Bradley. And just one more. That's Mestrosala 10-1, Richard Johnson.
To 11-4 because of that. Golden Alpha's out to 7-2, and they're calling now 11-2 against Alexander Prize. Mestrosala's weak, out to 11-1, but there is support for the Scarlet Emperor. 14, 12, and 11. I can see 10 on several boards. 12-1 against Ingonish, and it's 20-1.
Orders, they're off, and a little bit slow to go there was Toggy Dancer. That one missed the kick a little bit, but they've got a long way to go before they sort themselves out. And up on the outside, Vanilla Man is the early leader. Vanilla Man it is to Frosty Canyon. One on the stand side, Scarlet Emperor is going up fast, and they're going a little bit faster than our camera at the moment. Then just in behind these Monsignor, My Silv River Field, and Billy Verdin is up with the pace. That's a horse with a big noseband sitting back in 4, and so they're through the first quarter mile or so, and it's Vanilla Man on the inside. Golden Alpha's up there now in the pipe jacket, thank goodness for that. So it's Vanilla Man and Golden Alpha going 1 and 2. Frosty Canyon going in 3rd, and from the inside we see the packed stands behind them. Fine sight it is, and it's Vanilla Man leading to Golden Alpha in 2nd, then Schuin to 3rd is Frosty Canyon, followed these by Billy Verdin. Up on the outside is My Silv River Field. Alexander Prize holds a good position, Scarlet Emperor, and with that one is Barney Nose. Enborn Mestrosala is just behind these. Slow to go he was, but Toggy Dancer has made up a little bit of the ground now, and they swing away. No forecasters towards the back. Conscruto at the back, Gulshan towards the rear, but it's still Vanilla Man that cuts through the pack and leads from Golden Alpha as they race away.
Golden Alpha just taking advantage now from Vanilla Man in lengthening shadows down the back straight, the front 2. A little way clear of this chasing pack. Frosty Canyon on the outside and Monsignor on the near side. Billy Verdin in a noseband in 5th place then. Just struggling to hold his position on the near side is no forecast. Alexander Prize is moving well as they continue down the back straight then. And it's Golden Alpha from Vanilla Man in 2nd, Monsignor in 3rd. And then Billy Verdin towards the outside. My Silv River Field is right there too, with Alexander Prize behind them. And then Canasta has made good progress. Baccarat towards the inside of Mestrosala, back chasing the leading bunch as they begin the climb on the far side. And it's Golden Alpha by a length and a half then to Monsignor in 2nd. And then Frosty Canyon, who's moved up into 3rd. Billy Verdin, the gamble on the outside. Sheepskin noseband, 3rd or 4th then, as they continue to climb. My Silv River Field follows these. Alexander Prize, dark blue and white jacket, moving well on the rail, now moves into 5th place as we look look down on them once again. Baccarat chasing them up still, with also improving a bit is in Gonish now, but Golden Alpha has kicked at the top of the hill there and got about 5-6 lengths. Tony McCoy, in typically aggressive fashion, has kicked clear. Can the Irishman catch him? Golden Alpha's clear down the hill.
Billy Verdon's in pursuit in second place, but when Martin Pipe starts talking about the best bumper he's ever had, you've got to start to listen. It's Golden Alpha who has it. Golden Alpha with Monsignor on the inside, and then behind these comes Billy Verdon. Difficult to see the gamble landed. Alexander Prize is plugging on. Can Willie Millions win it for you another time? Behind these, Billy Will is starting to pick up. That's the white cap on the extreme left, but by gum, they've got to go to catch this Golden Alpha, who's clear by about 3 lengths, but is he starting to get tired? There's Monsignor under Brendan Powell, set sail for home. Then we've got Alexander Prize for the Mullins Yard, who have been so successful in this race. Billy Willis pulling out wide with a bit of a finish in the green jacket is Canasta, but through on the inside was Golden Alpha under Tony McCoy. He's still got about a furlong left to go, 200 metres to run. Here comes Monsignor on the very wide outside as Golden Alpha starts to tire. Monsignor is digging deep for Mark Pittman. It's going to be Golden Alpha and Monsignor. Canasta cuts through the back, but at the line it's Monsignor who lifts the bumper. Monsignor, Golden Alpha, Canasta 1, 2 and 3. Then back into 4th place came Queen's Harbour, and then we had Alexander Prize followed by Billy Will. After Billy Will was Frosty Canyon in the field, trailed back to the last horse to pass the
following season, he returned to Cheltenham to win the Royal and Sun Alliance Novices Hurdle in 2000, a race he took in record time, reinforcing the belief that he was a horse of exceptional talent with the potential to go much further.
Available once, Far Cry solid for that at 7-2. I don't think that will go to 4-1 now. 10-1 Bar the 2. That brings in Celtic native. Away Baldixie, well back to the opposite this morning at 10. 12-1 Solo Mayo and 16-1 Bar. That's Bindery, Mail and Amu at 16-1. 20-1 against No Discount. And Bar those Man on the Hill, a pony 25-1. 40-1 Church Stanton, 50-1. These are the rags. Barney Nose, Gentle Rivage and Romero, and 150-1 Royal Carl.
Much better. A more sensible walk in, and Gentle Rivage and Man on the Hill and Monsignor are the first 3 to go on as they jump flight number 1 of the 10 in this Royal and Sun Alliance Novices Hurdle. And on towards the second Man on the Hill on the inside, with Bindery and Gentle Rivage. Solo Mio out towards the outside on the left, the white-faced horse. Barney Nose wider out in a noseband as they landed over the second. Romero is the back marker at this early stage. Monsignor, the favourite, now towards the right, yellow sleeve jacket, lying 4th or 5th as they make a left-hand turn. Well, Man on the Hill bounding into the lead from Gentle Rivage. They've got a long run now round this long left-hand turn to the next flight of hurdles. Man on the Hill from Gentle Rivage in second place. A gap of 3 or 4 to Bindery then. Monsignor on the inside of Baldixie, and then Solo Mio out wide. Barney Nose follows these from Far Cry in the midfield. And then back to Celtic Native and Maliana Moo, and then Royal Castle as they run towards the next flight with the wire cam here over the 3rd flight. Good jump by Man on the Hill from Gentle Rivage over in second. They're well strung out, they've gone off quick. Bindery is 3rd. Then close up behind these is Baldixie with Monsignor over on the inside and Solo Mio out wide. They are the leading half dozen as they make the long run now to the next flight. In midfield, Barney Nose, then Far Cry. Maliana Moo the outside. Next from Celtic Native, back in the field, Royal Castle. Also towards the rear, Church Stanton. No Discount is held up by Charlie Swan, and the back marker is Romero. On now to flight number 4. A Man on the Hill on the inside, joined there by Gentle Rivage. In 3rd, then Baldixie on the outside of Bindery. Monsignor the favourite in 5th, just ahead of Solo Mio as they run in front of the stands. Far Cry follows these from Barney Nose and Celtic Native. A gap then developing to the others who are headed by Maliana Moo and Royal Castle. 2 or 3 lengths to Church Stanton. No Discount giving them a big start together with Romero. Turning into the back straight, and Man on the Hill and Adrian Maguire on Martin Pipe's second string here. Far Cry being the first. The mount of Tony McCoy. Man on the Hill is the leader, running downhill to the first of the flights in the back straight. Gentle Rivage in second. And pulling up is Church Stanton going to that flight. Church Stanton, and a slow jump by Far Cry at that obstacle as well. As they continue along the back straight, Man on the Hill with Gentle Rivage now just going ahead of Man on the Hill, and Gentle Rivage is taking up the running from Barney Nose, then Solo Mio. Man on the Hill drops back to 4th or 5th. Monsignor just lobbing in behind them. Out wide is Far Cry making some headway as they land over the next. Then Oa Baldixi still close from Bindaree. Then a gap of 5 or 6 lengths to the mare Celtic Native. No Discount is next, and then Royal Castle. A left-hand turn coming up towards the 4th last flight of hurdles, and it's Gentle Rivage with Barney Nose in the noseband. Out wide, the pink sleeve jacket is Far Cry as they landed over that one. Bad mistake by Solo Mio at that. The favourite Monsignor moves up on the inside, just in behind the leader Gentle Rivage as they make the top turn now with 3 flights of hurdles left to jump. They'll shortly be running downhill, and Gentle Rivage is driven hard in front. Far Cry in second. The favourite Monsignor is merely coasting in the hands of Norman Williamson in 3rd place. Then Barney Nose chased home by No Discount. Oa Baldixi has lost his position, and then behind these Solo Mio and Bindaree down towards the 3rd last in the Royal and Sun Alliance, and Monsignor ambles into the lead past Gentle Rivage. Far Cry struggling to go with the front 2. No Discount for Ireland is still running on in 4th, and then Barney Nose, but this looks a very good horse. Monsignor running down to the 2nd last flight of hurdles. He's taken it up effortlessly, didn't jump that too fluently. No Discount is closing in 3rd. Gentle Rivage hanging in there gamely. Now he shakes up Monsignor, the winner of the bumper here 12 months ago. No Discount is the chaser in 2nd place under Charlie Swan. Then Gentle Rivage in 3rd, and Far Cry 4. Monsignor approaches the final flight, a great jump, clear of No Discount, 5 lengths down in 2nd. Then Gentle Rivage in 3rd, they're clear of Far Cry and Bindaree, and the good thing's going to win. It's Monsignor defending his unbeaten record successfully and charges up the hill like a smashing horse to win the Royal and Sun Alliance Novices Hurdle. No Discount in 2nd, Gentle Rivage a big run in 3rd, ahead of Bindaree and Far Cry. They were clear of Barney Nose and Solo Mio, and then Royal Castle. A long way back to Celtic Native, Maliana Mu, and Man on the Hill, Oa Baldixi. And
Injuries would ultimately prevent him from fulfilling that promise, and his career came to an end before he could be tested at championship level over fences. Monsignor is remembered as a horse whose ability was undeniable, but whose time at the top was cut short. Golden Cygnet was trained by Edward O'Grady, and he is widely regarded as one of the most naturally gifted hurdlers ever seen. He was bred to be exceptional by Nijinsky, winner of the English Triple Crown, out of the mare Golden Harvest, and he brought rare flat racing speed and balance to hurdling. He revealed his extraordinary ability when he won the Supreme Novices Hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival in 1978, producing a performance of such ease and authority that it immediately marked him out as something out of the ordinary.
Now spread across the course. Double Bluff, Prousto, Newgate, Bootlaces, Golden Cygnet, and Western Rose, and any one of those could win it. And as they jump this, it's Double Bluff on the outside now, Golden Cygnet on the inner, Bootlaces in between the two, then Western Rose, and Golden Cygnet strikes the front now. It's Golden Cygnet and Niall Madden now, Double Bluff under pressure, Western Rose and Bootlaces as they race into the closing stages. Golden Cygnet is clear from Western Rose second, Bootlaces and Double Bluff. Golden Cygnet over, striding up towards the line. Western Rose jumped it next, and then Bootlaces and Double Bluff. And as they race into the closing stages on the Waterford Crystal Supreme Novice Hurdle, it's Golden Cygnet striding away to score a comfortable triumph for Ireland. A really impressive victory this. Golden Cygnet strides to the line to win it well.
Just weeks later, his career came to a sudden and tragic end at Ayr, where he lost his life in the Scottish Champion Hurdle. We include the race here only for its context, a contest that featured champions such as Sea Pigeon and Night Nurse, with Golden Cygnet travelling powerfully at the head of the field before reaching his painfully sad destiny.
Seven Sun, who's made much of the running right up to this point, has now been headed by Winter Melody, and it's Winter Melody on the far side. Night Nurse in the centre. They jump the second from home. but it's Night Nurse who just jumps down in the lead from Winter Melody on the far side. Golden Cygnet Browne comes right there with a chance. Sea Pigeon also eating up the ground as they come now into the final flight. And so Golden Cygnet is gone there, and Golden Cygnet has fallen. That left Night Nurse in a clear lead. There's Night Nurse in the lead from Winter Melody, Sea Pigeon, Seventh Sun and Beacon Light. They've got about 150 yards still to go, and it's Night Nurse holding the lead, but Sea Pigeon trying hard to get on terms. They've got about 50 yards still to go, and it's Sea Pigeon putting in a tremendous run on the near side, and he's done it. He's won the Scottish Champion Hurdle with the second year running.
French Holly was trained by Ferdy Murphy, and he developed into one of the leading national hunt horses of the late 90s. He made a major impact as a novice hurdler, remaining unbeaten while winning 5 races, including the 1998 Tolworth Hurdle and the Royal and Sun Alliance Novices Hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival.
To Gray shot in second there, a long way clear. A Perla Prospect and his French Holly kicked on up the hill. He's going 4, 5, 6, 7 clear. A grand stamp of horse, this French Holly. He's come down from the north to take the king of the punters, the Sun King of the punters, Tolworth Hurdle. It's all French Holly this, and it's French Holly who wins it most impressively. Gray shot woefully one-paced in second. It's going to be tight for third, and Bracy runs up the hill to take third in front of Polar Prospect. These clear of Upgrade, and Country Bow firmly in his place in front of Chabrol. And so as they went past the post, the result here is a win for number 4, French Holly.
Number 1 is Anne Soufi, ridden by Graham Bradley, 50-1 to give Graham his 10th winner of the festival. Better offer 25-1 Richard Dunwoody, Cluny Bridge at 8-1 Charlie Swan, Ishkin 50-1 Mick Fitzgerald. Foxchapel's King is 10-1 Conor O'Dwyer. French Holly out to 9-4 now, the favourite Andrew Thornton. Hailstorm 50-1 Adrian Maguire. Knock leader doesn't take part. Mr. Markham certainly does, 16-1 Philip Hyde. No Sam 200-1 Russ Garrity. Samuel Wilderspin 20-1 Richard Johnson. Strong Tell 33-1 Richard Hughes. Number 13 is Sweet Lord 200-1 Peter Niven. Tall Boy 8-1 Tony McCoy for the Paul Green owner, who won the last race here yesterday. Erin Taunt 8-1 Thierry Dumas. Lady Rebecca down to 8-1, well tipped in the papers this morning, Norman Williamson. Abu Hom is ridden by Chris Maud 33-1. Borazon is blinking for the first time today, 33-1, and Carl Llewellyn. And completing the lineup is Jazz Track, 100-1 outsider, who's blinkered, and that's partnered by Robert Thornton. They race away, one or two a little bit slow to go. Jazz Track, one of them. Borazon on the very wide outside. Very short run to the first flight, and it's Tall Boy who leads at it. And they're all safely over. Jazz Track a slight mistake. Borazon a little bit slower, and Taunt nearer last and first. French Holly sits third as they make their way to the second. And it's Tall Boy, the blue, light blue jacket on the right, the yellow colours Clune Bridge showing up, the dark blue of French Holly. For that the style of jumping, watch him at every flight of hurdles if we can. He just doesn't have that natural arc of a fluent hurdler. Through on the inside, and Soufi getting a little bit closer. The white jacket Ishkin showing up. Mr. Markham just in front of Sweet Lord as they begin the turn out of the back straight on this very long run between flights 2 and 3 of the 10 they jump in this 2-mile 5 trip. At the back at this stage is Abu Hom, but his stable companion, Tall Boy, leads by about half a length. In second place, Clune Bridge. French Holly is sitting in third. Ishkin on the outside of Sweet Lord, with Anne Soufi running the rails. Mr. Markham behind that. Borazon, who was a little bit slow to go, has made ground on the outer. Erin Taunt's tracking wide as they come down towards flight number 3. They're through the first half mile then in this Royal and Sun Alliance. And Tall Boy, he led at it. They're all over that. Abu Hom, the back marker. Also towards the back is Strong Tail. So the pipe combination of either end of the race at this stage come down on another long run towards flight number 4. There's quite a packing field with Tall Boy probably just settling the pace, and Borazon, who was slow to go on the extreme left in the light blue and maroon, coming out to take up the running now as flight 4 comes towards them. So it's Borazon leading to Clune Bridge in second, and then Tall Boy third, with Erin Taunt the outside making ground, followed through by Sweet Lord. Hailstorm sits midfield. Foxchapel King is midfield too. Better off on the inside with Mr. Markham. They're about 6 line across the track as they come up past the packed enclosures with the circuit to go. Tall Boy the inside, Clune Bridge, French Holly a wave of 3. Then we have Sweet Lord followed by Anne Soufi,
Errington, Borazon, Foxchapel King, Better Offer, and then Samuel Wilderspin, Hailstorm, and behind these Jazz Track, Lady Rebecca, followed by Strong Tell, with towards the back at this stage No Sam, and also in arrears as they make the run towards the back straight Aishken. And look at those stands, you couldn't put a stick of pin in anywhere.
So down the hill on the far side, and it's Tor Boy who continues to show with Clune Bridge. French Holly's had a beautiful run, sitting there in third place under Andrew Thornton, followed then by Sweet Lord in the pink sleeve jacket, and Foxchapel King moving up into fifth place. He's well placed as well as they land over the next. Back in the field, Lady Rebecca has been ridden very patiently. They head down towards the next flight of hurdles, number 6, and it's Tor Boy from Clune Bridge and French Holly. Back in fourth, Sweet Lord from Foxchapel King, and then the French raider Errington the outside. Better Offer in green making good headway, and these are followed by Ansoufi the inside, Samuel Wilderspin, Hailstorm making ground on the wide outside. Made a very bad blunder at the first flight, Hailstorm, doing well to get in this position. Lady Rebecca still with work to be done. They begin to climb now on the far side, about to take a left-hand turn towards flight number 7, and it's Tor Boy and Tony McCoy from Clune Bridge second. French Holly poised to pounce on the outside in third place, followed by Foxchapel King and Sweet Lord, and then Better Offer and Hailstorm still improving with Samuel Wilderston and then Errington. Mr. Markham is struggling. Jazz Track is making a bit of ground from Strong Tell as they now reach the top of the hill, and it's Tor Boy, but now faced with a strong presence because French Holly is looming very large on the outside. Foxchapel King in third, Clune Bridge 4 at the top of the hill.
Lady Rebecca being ridden along, and the red colours down in about 7th place. Errington with a lot of running to do, but look on the left, the dark blue, that's French Holly, unbeaten 4 out of 4, but the black and white on the right is Foxchapel King, and between Foxchapel King, a mistake there, and between the pair was Tor Boy continuing to race downhill, and this power performer, this is French Holly into the lead to Tor Boy in second. The yellow is Clune Bridge in third, the black and white is Foxchapel King, but they've got 2 more flights of hurdles to jump, and it's French Holly in the Royal and Sun Alliance. He went to the top of it. Tor Boy is keeping up a gallop and running a personal best with his spreading with the field here, and this is a giant of a horse in every way. It's French Holly and Andrew Thornton enjoying his best season. Andrew Thornton's had 70 so far. He's had 1 winner at the festival meeting, 2 if he takes this. He does, but he doesn't jump it fluently. But what a huge horse he is, getting a tremendous reception. There's a furlong and a half between the leader and the last. The leader is French Holly. The winner's going to be French Holly. His ears pricked, and he is a mighty contender. It's French Holly who wins. Tor Boy is second, Clune Bridge is third, and these 3 are 20 lengths clear of a bunch for fourth, with Samuel Wilderspin just nosing through in front of Jazz Track and then Foxchapel King.
In October 1999, he won his first and only start over fences. Tragically, French Holly lost his life in a training accident just days later, before he could ever show how good he might have become as a chaser. Gloria Victis was trained by Martin Pipe, and from an early stage, he looked like a chaser destined for the very top. He announced his arrival among the elite when he won the Racing Post Chase at Newbury in 1999, producing a performance of authority that immediately marked him out as a serious Cheltenham Gold Cup contender.
It's the 7-2 favourite, Richard Johnson. Jeddah, Blinkert, 33-1, Thierry Dumain. Mac George at 20-1, David Casey, as the favourite goes to 4-1 now. Brother of Iris at 5-1, Lorcan Wire. Red Marauder, the mount of Richard Guest at 5-1. Sounds Like Fun, an outsider at 33-1, ridden by Jim Cullity. Bukasson at 20-1, ridden by the leading amateur, Mr. Paul Flynn, claiming 3. Wayward King at 14-1, Joe Tizard. Mick Fitzgerald rides Marlborough at 6-1, Sir Dante at 16-1, Barry Fenton. The Land Agent at 10-1, ridden by Timmy Murphy. Even Flow at 33's the mount of Dean Gallagher, and at the bottom Scotia Nostra, a 10-1 chance, ridden by Norman Williamson. 13 runners then.
11-2 chance, and you can get 6-1 Marlborough, who has touched 13-2, and 1 board is showing 13-2 in front of me, that Marlborough. Then bar those, you're looking at the outsiders. 11-1 the Land Agent, that was back this morning, drifting here, and Scotia Nostra also at 11-1, with 14-1 Wayward King, 16 Sir Dante, 20-1 against Mac George. Bouchasson also at 20-1. Double Carpet 33-1 Jeddah. They've done 50-1 Jeddah, 1 firm did, and some Balls have only got 25 to 1 against Francois Duman's horse and 40 to 1 against Even Flow. Terry.
And they jump away this time then with 19 fences to cross in the racing post chase over 3 miles. Gloria Victis towards the inside of Buchason and Mac George as they take the first, and Mac George was possibly just the leader at that. Brother of Iris is last early as they head now towards an open ditch, and Gloria Victis taking a firm hold under Richard Johnson. A good jump there takes him past Mac George into the lead. These two gallop on ahead of Buchason and then Sedanti. Sounds like fun on the inside of Scotia Nostra then, followed by Jeddah and Wayward King as they swing into the back straight. Held up early Marlborough with Even Flow and the Land Agent and Red Marauder towards the back, along with Brother of Iris as they swing into the back straight. And Gloria Victis with a big weight, 11 stone 10. But an entry in the Gold Cup suggests he must go close here. Gloria Victis from McGeorge in second. Buchason is third in the green jacket as they take the first down the back. Sedanti follows these. A mistake there by Brother of Iris on the inside, back in the field. On towards an open ditch. Gloria Victis has a 5-length lead and met a spectacular jump over that ditch. Red Marauder was just about the last to land under a typically patient ride from Richard Guest, and now on towards another plain fence. Gloria Victis from McGeorge, Buchason in third place. Next is Jeddah then on the outside of Sedanti, followed by Wayward King and the Land Agent and Scotia Nostra as they approach this next plain fence, the last in the back straight. Looking back behind Scotia Nostra then was Marlborough from Sounds Like Fun, then Even Flow, and at the back matching strides Red Marauder and Bishop of Iris. Let's check the starting prices as they make the turn into the straight. Gloria Victis, the leader, went off the 100 to 30 favourite. Red Marauder at 5 to 1. Brother of Iris 11 to 2 and Marlborough at 6 to 1 in this very competitive renewal of the racing post chase. Down the straight then with over a circuit in front of them, and it's Gloria Victis from McGeorge. Buchason in third, Sedanti is 4, followed by Jeddah over the next one. Behind Jeddah then Scotia Nostra from Wayward King and Marlborough creeping up a little bit. The Land Agent on the outside. Then Sounds Like Fun and Brother of Iris towards the back. Also out the back Even Flow and Red Marauder giving them a very big start as they approach what will be their last fence after another circuit. And Gloria Victis has a handy lead over McGeorge now. Approaching this next fence, the 9th. Gloria Victis lands in front of McGeorge, Buchason, Sedanti and Jeddah, and then Wayward King from Scotia Nostra and Marlborough. Brother of Iris on the inside next from the Land Agent. Red Marauder has passed a couple. Those two are Sounds Like Fun, who's being pushed along by Jim Cullity, and Even Flow is last in the hands of Dean Gallagher. They swing away back towards their starting point, towards the water jump. And Gloria Victis continues to set what looks to be a pretty strong pace here. McGeorge in second over the water. Buchason is third. Then Sedanti and Scotia Nostra from Jeddah. Marlborough next. Wayward King, the Land Agent, Brother of Iris, Red Marauder, Sounds Like Fun, and Even Flow at the next plain fence. And let's get the remarks now of John Frankham.
Well, this horse is set in a searching gallop here. He's got in close to a couple of fences, but touch wood, he's operated really well at them. Even neater at that one. McGeorge, the only one close enough to him. Marlborough's been jumping well. They'll be pleased with him. But from now on, it's just a case of how tired these horses get trying to get to this leader.
Yeah, Scotia Nostra looked like he was coming with the challenge, but Marlborough's the one going well in the pack. But Gloria Victis, this really could be something. If he could maintain this, this is the real thing.
And he's got one or two of them on the stretch out the back. Brother of Iris has completely lost his position and can't possibly win from there. He's only got Even Flow and Sounds Like Fun behind him. He hasn't travelled as they run towards the 7th from home. And Gloria Victis by about 5 lengths to Mac George in second. Buchason in third as this leader goes towards this open ditch. Let's see if he can meet it right. He's pretty spectacular when he does. Oh, brilliant again. Mac George over in second. Marlborough trying to make ground on the inside but made a mistake there. Buchason ridden. Wayward King is going very well, though he has stamina doubts over the trip as they run towards the next, and Gloria Victis is the one they've all got to catch. Marlborough second. McGeorge is a folder at that, and Wayward King was hampered and very nearly unseated the rider. Heading towards 4 out. Gloria Victis from Marlborough going into pursuit in second. Buchasson is under pressure in third place. They're well strung out. The Land Agent, last year's runner-up, has moved into fourth ahead of Jeddah. And then Red Marauder, who's working his way into sixth place, but has got a good 20 lengths to make up on the leader, who remains Gloria Victis, with Richard Johnson going for home. Cam Marlborough reel him back in second place. He is closing Marlborough, and he's getting a lot of weight from the front horse, 15 pounds between them, with 3 to jump. Gloria Victis, another good jump. Marlborough about 4 lengths down in second. Buchasson in third, then the Land Agent and Jeddah, the second last. Gloria Victis has taken it to them from the start, and another brilliant jump at the second last pulls him another 2 lengths clear of Marlborough. So Gloria Victis for Martin Pipe, Richard Johnson deputising for Tony McCoy with the 19th fence to cross, and then victory in the racing post chase. Another great jump. Marlborough over in second, then back in third is Buchasson from the Land Agent. A brilliant display here by Gloria Victis, who's going to win the racing post chase, ease down in the style of a very good chaser. Second Marlborough, third then Buchasson, the Land Agent across the line in fourth. Jeddah ran well in fifth. Red Marauder never got into...
He went on to line up for the Cheltenham Gold Cup in 2000, where he travelled strongly and remained competitive deep into the race, showing the same bold, fluent jumping that had defined his rise.
Still haven't taken Seymour Business to their hearts, and 7-4-2, and then right down the rails they're showing top of the head 9-4. Florida Pearl, good support for that, 5-1 into 9-2. Particularly solid is Looks Like Trouble, also at 9-2. But even Piper McCoy can't support Gloria Victis, 11-2 with 14-1 bar.
Break indeed as the cheers go up for the Tote Cheltenham Gold Cup, and Gloria Victis is sent straight into the lead by Tony McCoy from the last fling in second place as they rise at the first fence, and they all sail over safely. They've got 22 fences in all to cross, just over 2 complete circuits of Prestbury Park, and it's Gloria Victis from the last fling. Seymour Business on the outside, very handy. Then Rinkaree into fourth. Ever Blessed on the inside is 5. Looks Like Trouble and Florida Pearl and Go Ballistic. Then Strong Promise, Doran's Pride, Lake Kariba, and Tully Murray Toff is last of the dozen as they make their way for the first time into the back straight. And it's Gloria Victis, hasn't gone off that quick over the first 2. Seymour Business, last year's winner, shadowing him in second place. The last fling is third. Then Rinkaree and Ever Blessed and Looks Like Trouble and Florida Pearl as they rise over the third, at which Gloria Victis jumped out to the right, with Seymour Business in second place as they now run to the water jump. Gloria Victis, Seymour Business, Rinkaree, the last fling. Looks Like Trouble and Ever Blessed as they take the water. Then back to Strong Promise and Go Ballistics, and then towards the rear of the field, Lake Kariba still in last place. One from last is Tully Murray Toff. An open ditch, and it's Gloria Victis who took it well. Ever Blessed just got in a bit tight to that. Gloria Victis from Seymour Business. Then Rinkaree and Looks Like Trouble in the sheepskin noseband as they take the next plain fence. And a mistake there by Florida Pearl as they begin a right-hand turn towards a big open ditch, which is number 7, and it's Gloria Victis from Seymour Business. Rinkaree in third. In fourth is Looks Like Trouble. The last fling on the inside, the leader again jumping to the right. Strong Promise and Florida Pearl next from Ever Blessed. Go Ballistic, Doran's Pride gets a reminder. And out the back, Tully Murray Toff and Lake Kariba. The plain fence now at the top of the hill, and Gloria Victis by a couple of lengths to Seymour Business in second. Another little mistake by Florida Pearl there. Just made a couple of errors now as they make another left-hand turn and a slight downhill run to the next. And it's Gloria Victis from Seymour Business. Rinkaree on the inside. They're closely followed by Looks Like Trouble and Strong Promise. You see the leader again just wanting to go away to the right as they begin the run downhill towards another plain fence, and then they'll straighten up for home on this first circuit. Gloria Victis continues to lead the way. Seymour Business right there on the inside. Very economic at the moment, Seymour Business. Bad mistake, Looks Like Trouble there. Go Ballistic made a mistake as well as they run to the turn. Tully Murray Toff just struggling to go the gallop. Lake Kariba still held up out the back. So approaching a left-hand turn, and it's Gloria Victis wide of Seymour Business. Seymour Business going very well indeed. Rinkery is third, then Looks Like Trouble. Ever Blessed on the inside of the white-faced Florida Pearl, then Go Ballistic, the last fling, Strong Promise. Tully Murray, Toff and Lake Kariba as they take the next, and Seymour Business might even have been in front at that. Doran's Pride made a little error. On towards what will be the last fence after another circuit, and Seymour Business right on the razor blade here. Goes on from Gloria Victis in second. Rinkery 3 or 4 lengths back in third. Then Looks Like Trouble. Florida Pearl has improved a little. Then follows Strong Promise. Behind Strong Promise, Go Ballistic and Ever Blessed and Doran's Pride. The last fling is struggling, gets a reminder. Lake Kariba still going well, one from last, and Tully Murray Toff brings up the rear. Down the back straight once again, and Gloria Victis is back in front, but only just to Seymour Business as they jump the 13th fence. Gloria Victis away to the right, but a big jump over it from Seymour Business in second. Rinkery is third. Reminders for Looks Like Trouble, appears to be struggling. And then behind those, Florida Pearl, as they run towards the next fence at the water jump. It was still Gloria Victis who took it in front. Tully Murray Toff was a faller back in the field. Now an open ditch, at which it's Gloria Victis over in front from Seymour Business. Rinkery, Looks Like Trouble. Florida Pearl back in the field as they continue on their journey. And this novice, Gloria Victis, still travelling well under Tony McCoy, again out to the right. Seymour Business, Looks Like Trouble, second and third. Rinkery right there on the inside. Then Florida Pearl, Strong Promise, and Lake Kariba has moved up, still pulling that horse. A gap to Doran's Pride. The big ditch, this is 6 out, and it was Gloria Victis who landed just in front with Looks Like Trouble, who's responded well, having been under pressure. Seymour Business, last year's winner on the inside. Then Florida Pearl in the red. Rinkery in 5 as they jump the next plain fence. Lake Kariba follows these, and then a gap to Strong Promise. They're at the top of the hill then. They've got just 4 fences left to jump, and it's Gloria Victis who's made all the running so far. Looks Like Trouble in second. Seymour Business on the inside. Then Rinkery and Florida Pearl. Rinkery made a mistake there as they start the run down the hill. They've got 3 fences left to jump, and it's Gloria Victis with Looks Like Trouble on the inside. Florida Pearl in behind these. Then Seymour Business down towards 3 out. Gloria Victis booted into the fence by the champion jockey. Rinkery has nearly unseated the rider. He can't get back surely, and it's Gloria Victis who kicks again in front from Looks Like Trouble. Florida Pearl, last year's winner. Seymour Business is struggling to go with the front 3 as they turn for home, and it's this 6-year-old Gloria Victis, but Florida Pearl and Looks Like Trouble are both coming at him as they run down to the second last, and Florida Pearl quickens up well in the centre to take over. Gloria Victis is down there, interferes with Seymour Business. Strong Promise running on, but it Looks Like Trouble and Florida Pearl who fight it out going to the final fence. Looks Like Trouble jumps to the lead from Florida Pearl. A gap then to Strong Promise, Seymour Business and Lake Kariba running a blinder, but Looks Like Trouble and Richard Johnson driven out in front. 5 lengths, 6 lengths clear of Florida Pearl, and Looks Like Trouble wins the Gold Cup. Very close for second between Florida Pearl and Strong Promise. In fourth then Lake Kariba just ahead of Seymour Business. They're a long way clear of Doran's Pride. The last fling being pulled up. Gloria Victis, a faller at the second last. Tony McCoy is sitting up.